Hi, this is Ms. Mackenzie, your K-12 district teacher librarian, and I'm going to walk you through how to quickly create a podcast using the Anchor app. So you're going to go ahead and just Google Anchor app. You'll get to this page right here. We're going to sign in using our Google credentials. And we're in. Okay, so I had to learn how to create a podcast for my Fulbright studies last year, and I had 20 minutes over a lunch break, popped in here, recorded a podcast, submitted it for an assignment, and I thought podcasting was going to be super difficult. It's super slick and easy, and I really like this app. And there are a ton of different features that are brand new that I haven't even messed around with yet. So let's just do a basic podcasting recording. So from your dashboard or homepage, you will click New Episode. If you've already recorded audio, like oftentimes I like recording on my cell phone because I always have it here in my pocket. I mean, you can do that and upload. They also have video file podcasting, which I haven't even explored, but a lot of podcasts nowadays are actually essentially Zoom videos or video files as well. But let's just play around for today with just a basic audio file. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Create an Episode. And then on the left-hand side are all of the features and things that you can use. And I'm going to show you how to just like insert a little transition at the beginning, record your podcast, and do a little outro transition sound at the end. But there are lots of other features. But whatever you're playing around with on the left, you're literally just going to drag everything over here onto the right to create your episode. So I'm sure Ms. Goeddel has had you all listen to a couple of podcasts to get the feel for them, stylistically, how to use like sounds, intros, outro sounds effectively, or little sound bites or sound clips within the podcast to catch readers' attention or listeners' attention. So I'm just down here on transitions, and you have so many to choose from. I'm just going to play this first one right here, and you can test them out to see what they sound like. All right, so that one's pretty mellow. How about this one? Okay, so however you want to set the tone of your podcast, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one and add it to the right. So that's my intro sound heading into my podcast. And then if I'm ready to record and I'm just using the audio from my laptop, you all are going to be working just on your Chromebooks. So you could just have you and your partner, if you're interviewing someone, sit side by side and literally hit record. And it'll pick up the default microphone from your Chromebook. And I haven't even played around with this Riverside thing yet, but again, we're just going basic, simple. So I'm going to hit record now. Hi, this is Jennifer Mackenzie, K-12 District Teacher Librarian for Sayusa School District in Florence, Oregon. And this is a brief podcast sampler, test podcast for Ms. Goeddel's class. Did you hear how I kind of like switched into like a broadcaster voice? I don't always intend to do that, but I've done so much recording in my lifetime as a teacher that I just kind of shift into that mode. And I'm sure, again, as you've been analyzing podcasts, that's maybe something that you've discussed, like the tone, music, sound quality, all that jazz. Okay, so let's say I recorded my thing, and you can see I have a bunch of other little drafts here. I'm just going to go ahead and add that over to the right. And then I want an outro. And I'm going to stick with the same sound as my intro. So I'm going to add that as well. And that, oh, you can preview down here if you would like. But I am just, for the sake of time, going to hit Save Episode. And then we'll give it a title. And I'll show you the one little tiny episode that I have created for my Fulbright. And you will want to give the description. Okay, I just did a garbly-gook there. So I'm going to hit publish now. I can always go back and delete it. So it is now published. I can shoot it straight to Facebook or Twitter. I can copy the link and put it on other social media. I'm just going to go ahead and hit copy link and we'll go find it. And so this is the link you would share with Ms. Goeddel to turn in your assignment or to share with your listening audience. And there we go. So I did have to upload this picture into the Anchor app, and that's super easy to do. And then Anchor distributes your podcast to whatever platforms you want. And there's a spot where you can select. I think the default is Spotify. I think that one's the easiest. So there's my podcast on Anchor. Now it's taken me over to Spotify. And let me hit refresh. May not have transferred over yet. All right, I'll pop back over to my Anchor page. There is the podcast I just recorded, the one I had recorded last spring. And I did notice there was a lag between publishing it on Anchor before it actually appeared on Spotify. It was like a minute and 30-second lag. So then if I go ahead and play this, let's check out our podcast we just created. Record now. Hi, this is Jennifer McKenzie, K-12 District Teacher Librarian for Sayusa School District in Florence, Oregon. And this is a brief podcast sampler, test podcast for Ms. Goedel's class. Okay, how much fun was that? We just created a podcast and published it from the Anchor app out to Spotify. And you all have the ability to amplify your voice with podcasting and share your message with the world. So that was a nitty-gritty, quick, fast tutorial. And let me know if you have any questions. Bye. Happy podcasting.